Matthew 15:31. Hosta, ton oklon thalmasai, blepantas, kofus laluntas, kulus hugies, kai cholus perpetuntas, kai tuflus blepantas, kai edoxasan ton theon Israel. Remember, right before this, large crowds were coming to Jesus, bringing all these people who needed healing, and he healed them so that, and when we have a hosta, we expect an infinitive most likely, and the subject of the infinitive in the accusative case. That's what we have. So that the crowd was amazed. The crowd marveled. That's from the verb thaumazo, to be amazed, to marvel, just an aorist active infinitive. And again, that's pretty typical. Hosta, infinitive, subject of the infinitive in the accusative case. We just have to render it in normal English. So that the crowd was amazed. Then we have an accusative plural participle, and the subject here is accusative, but it's a constructio ad sensum, right? A crowd is a group of people, so we have a plural form, even though technically the word crowd is singular because it's agreeing with the concept of a group of people. And we can translate it temporally, but it obviously has a causal sense too. So the crowd was amazed when they saw mute people speaking and crippled people made whole, and lame people walking, and blind people seeing, and they glorified the God of Israel. Now, if we go back here, we don't have a whole lot of time. We go back here to this participle, blepantas, and we can see there are lots of objects. This crowd, what did they see? Well, they saw formerly mute people, formerly crippled people, formerly lame people, formerly blind people, who now were speaking, made whole, walking, seeing. And there's a question of exactly how to label these participles, for example. Some grammars will label them predicate participles. Some say, well, it's a complement and an object complement construction. Older grammars will label them supplementary participles. But the sense is pretty clear, right? They don't just see mute people, they see mute people, formerly mute people now speaking. They see formerly lame people who are walking, and they see formerly blind people who are now seeing. And it's interesting, there's a variation here where we have an adjective rather than a participle, but they see crippled people who are now made whole. One final thing before we leave, edoxason, what do you see there? You see an augment, you see a sigma that's come in, bam! That's an aorist active indicative, and that is third person plural, referring to the people in the crowd. They glorified the God of Israel. And maybe it'd be good for you and me to pause right now and remember what amazing things God has done for us in Christ, and for us too, this morning, this afternoon, to glorify the true and living God, the God of Israel.